Dude, you're kind of chewing that bone really loud, and I'm trying to make a video here, you know? Have a little respect. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're safe and healthy and happy and all of the positive things ever. Isn't that right, Ruby? She hopes you're healthy too. Today I'm doing a first run impressions in a shoe from a brand that I've never tried before. They reached out to me, asked if I wanted to give one of their shoes a try, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I love running shoes, I love trying new things. This seems like a match made in heaven, no? It is the Salming EnRoute 3. Here it is. I've heard pretty good things about Salming, so I'm excited to see how they perform today. Ruby, what do you think of the shoe? I think she likes it. We're gonna see kind of how I do in this shoe today. You know that I like a little bit more cushion, but sometimes looks are deceiving. So let's give it a shot. Alright, so I'm back from my run in the Salming EnRoute 3, and we're going to talk all about how this shoe performed for me. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. I was expecting the shoe to be firm, low to the ground, kind of a minimal type of vibe, and I really didn't experience that. What I did experience was a responsive daily trainer that can probably work for a lot of people. So because this is a shoe that might be unfamiliar to some people, we're going to go over the specs really quick. The shoe is 6.8 ounces for a women's 7.5. And for my size 10.5, it was 8.2 ounces. So pretty lightweight. The EnRoute 3 has a 6mm drop with 24.5mm of stack in the heel and 18.5 in the forefoot. And this shoe is pretty true to size. So like I said, I was expecting the shoe to be firm, a little too hard for me. And as you guys might know if you've watched some of my videos, I tend to like a more cushioned, maximal shoe. And that's not really this. However, after my first run, I realized that, this is actually kind of more like a daily trainer type of vibe, and I can work with this. The midsole of the EnRoute 3 is Recoil plus foam mixed with SoftFOAM, which made for a nice, responsive, yet protective ride. While my first run in this shoe was a short one, I am pretty good at determining whether a shoe would work for me on longer distance runs, or if it's something that just has to be from like the 3 to 5 mile range and I really can't take it over that without being uncomfortable. But here in the EnRoute 3, I really feel like I could take this long distance. There's enough cushioning underfoot to make you feel protected, and there's enough response that your shoe is not gonna feel totally dead in those longer miles. So I felt when I was running that there was plenty of cushioning here in the back of the heel and in the midfoot, and then when I would roll forward in my stride, The less midsole material here mixed with this slight curve upward did help for me to have a snappier toe off. If I had to compare the feel of this midsole to something that I've recently tried, I would say it's kind of like maybe the Evo Ride, but a little bit softer. I like the way this feels over the Evo Ride for sure. According to Salming, Recoil Plus has 20% more energy return than their standard compound that they use, and I certainly felt that underfoot. Moving on to the upper of the shoe, Salming is using a mesh material. It felt comfortable on the top of my foot. I had no issues with hot spots or breathability. In fact, I could feel the wind going through this shoe, so it is pretty breathable. One thing I wasn't too sure of, and I'm still kind of on the fence about, is this toe guard here at the top of the shoe. I do understand what Salming is trying to do, but I did feel that on the top of my toe, and it didn't necessarily cause discomfort. Like I said, I really had no issues with that, but I don't like when things are too present to me. I want it to feel like I'm wearing nothing on my foot, and it's totally not something I have to think about. But I was thinking about this. I really do get the concept. I like what they're trying to do, give you a little bit more protection up here, but maybe there's a different way to do it. I don't know, I'm not a shoe designer, but just a thought. The laces are round and thin and a little bit long for my liking. It's not a deal breaker, it's just something that I prefer was a little different. The heel counter on the EnRoute 3 is nice and sturdy to keep your heel locked down. And would you look at this? Not only do we have one pull tab here, but we have another pull tab here. So Salming has 2 pull tabs. Everyone should follow their lead and at least have one pull tab. The tongue is a thin tongue, but it's soft around the edges and it's padded, so it stays down, it's gusseted, it's fine. Another thing that I really did like about the upper of the shoe was that there's padding around the collar of the upper, but there's not a ton of it, so my heel wasn't slipping. A lot of times when there's a lot of cushioning in this area, I have heel slippage, but not here. It's just enough. It's just what you need. There's no BS here. If we move on to the outsole of this shoe, Salming is using a durable, lightweight rubber. The day that I took this shoe out, it was actually wet outside and there was some hail randomly, but it held up really well and I had no problems with slipping on wet surfaces or anything like that. The rubber is hard and firm, but it didn't affect the ride of the shoe, and that makes me think that it'll be pretty durable. There's also some nice flex grooves here in the forefoot to kind of give you the ability to flex how you want. As you can see, this shoe is a flex queen. The EnRoute 3 also has a torsion guide system right here in the middle, this X looking thing. This right here. And that helps with stability. It helps to guide the foot to its natural movements without getting too sloppy. And I think that really helped for me because when I was watching this run footage back, I noticed that my arch wasn't crashing as much as it usually does. So maybe it has something to do with this torsion system, I don't know. So my first experience with Salming and the EnRoute 3 was a really positive one. I wanna try more from this brand. There's no gimmicks and frills and carbon plates and this and that and the other thing. It's a running shoe that works. There's really not more that you could ask for. So let me know, have you guys tried Salming before? Have you tried an EnRoute? Have you tried the EnRoute 3? Let me know, is there another cool shoe from Salming that I should be looking into? If you're interested in the Salming EnRoute 3, it is $145 on Salming's website. But I have a code. Use my code RUNLIKEHELLER, no spaces, just RUNLIKEHELLER on the website for any of their products and you'll get 20% off. That 20% off kind of makes this shoe a steal. Well guys, that concludes my first run impressions of the Salming EnRoute 3. I will be doing a full review once I put more miles into the shoe. Just have patience. I got a lot of shoes to go through, little time, a lot of shoes. Takes me a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit that notifications bell down below so you can be alerted every time I upload a new video the second that it hits my page. Yes. I have another video for you guys next week, but in the meantime, get out there, only socially distanced, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. Do you like that shoe? Excuse me. Excuse me. Get down. You can't have that.